And welcome back to the Honor Club YouTube channel. My name is RateWrestle, and today we're going to discuss the pain of not wearing sun cream, getting continuous sunburn. This wasn't a good idea, but we're going to move past it, so just pay attention to my red face as we're going along. So today we're going to be discussing Impact Under Siege. I didn't really write any notes down on this, I wasn't really going to make a video due to all that was going on here, but like the event was so good I thought I'll go ahead and just give some views on the matchups, not like a particular detailed review, just what I liked and what Cagematch thought and etc. So we'll start off. So the first match of the night was Giselle Shaw versus Madison Rayne. So Giselle Shaw I've seen quite a few times in the UK. And Madison Rayne's has been a veteran for Impact for years now. It was a lot better than I thought it was. It's probably one of the better Madison Rayne matches I've seen in a while. It was very back and forth. Tennille Dashwood was getting involved quite a lot on the outside for Madison Rayne. There was a real cool spot that she hit where she hit like a wheelbarrow driver, you would call it. It was like the wheel where she flipped into a driver, which was very good. And then the match ended up with Giselle Shaw winning. I rated it 2 3/4. Like, it was a bit better than average, but it was a decent matchup. Everyone in Cagematch pretty much agreed it was just an average affair for above average, not average, but above average affair, and it started off the show very well. Following that was a decent matchup between Chris Sabin and Steve Macklin. This rivalry's going on for a bit that I know of. As I said, I haven't been watching Impact that much, as I mentioned in the last Impact review I did. It was quite a hard-hitting affair. Macklin was in control for a lot of the matchup. There was hints and near falls between each man. Macklin did that good trio woe spear, which he always hits. Sabin ended up getting the victory. I can't remember how he got the victory. I think he did the cradle shock. This went 13 minutes and 23 seconds, and I rated this 3 1/4, I believe. Yeah, 3 1/4. Everyone on Cagematch pretty much liked it, except there's one guy that rated it a 4, which we're going to read out, because as you know, we like to discuss who really craps on a match. So, Leo for King. The old and small Chris Sabin being so dominant against Steve Macklin is absolute nonsense. This was a bad match, weakening Steve Macklin. At least the action was pretty good. No. That's my opinion. Let's move on from that. So we had Taya Valkyrie versus Deonna Purrazzo. Taya's on a bit of roll now since she left WWE. She won back the Reign of the Reigners title from Deonna Purrazzo at the last show, I think, which was Rebellion. It was a good matchup. It went 10 minutes long. Deonna Purrazzo was working on the arm. There's a very good spot where you thought Taya was going to tap when she got her in the submission hold, and she got the other arm as well, but Taya got her leg onto the rope. And then eventually Taya did win the matchup. I rated it a 3-star. It was decent matchup, but it was all about what happened after the match. So Deonna Purrazzo attacked Taya, which led to a returning Mia Yim. I'm a big fan of Mia Yim, so I'm looking forward to back in Impact, 'cause this is where she got to do her best work. She didn't get to do as much in WWE, which was really sad, but Mia Yim is a great talent. So I'm really looking forward to the future of her in Impact, and I think she's already been pushed to a title match in Slammiversary or some kind of match, if I remember. Going ahead after this, actually, let's have a look into the cage match. So, yeah, everyone gave it average reviews. I was a bit higher on the match than most people, but it was a decent matchup. Following this was Ace Austin versus Trey Miguel for the X Division title. So Ace Austin's on a bit of a roll. He's in the New Japan Best of the Super Juniors, which I think his first match was today, as we're recording this, I believe. And he faced Trey Miguel. So Ace Austin won this title in a triple threat with Trey Miguel involved and Mike Bailey. So it's your typical X Division matchup. The usual spots like the high flying moves, Ace being a bit of a heel, Trey getting the fans behind him. There was a few near falls. Ace kept trying to go for his finish. I can't remember his finish now. That's going to annoy me. The fold, that's his finish. It was good back and forth matchup, and then out of nowhere he did hit the fold to win, but it was like a grim fold as well. It was like Miguel Landy does on his head. I rated this 3 1/4 stars. It was a fun matchup. It did what the X Division needs, and that's all you need, is just fun ability. It's rated 7.63 out of 10 on Cagematch, so everyone really enjoyed it as well. This was followed by a match which I gave a higher rate than most people did on Cagematch, which was Honor No More, which is Eddie Edwards, Kenny King, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, not Bailey, and Vincent with Maria Kanellis nicely outside. And they faced Bullet Club, which was Bay, Gallows, Phantasmo, White and Carl Anderson. So it started off like an absolute mess, but like in a mess in a good way. Everyone was brawling, everyone was enjoying it. Bullet Club got on top. They did their usual, which I enjoy it, some people don't, the good old back rake spot where like all of them are doing stupid things to get into the back rake. Maria Kanellis got involved a few times, distracted the other team. And surprisingly, Honor No More came out on top. It was a good matchup. It went 18 minutes, so it was one of the longest matches on the show, but it was also 5-5, so you could pretty much expect that. I rated it 3 1/4. It wasn't as highly rated on Cagematch. I think it's 6.66, the Devil's number on out of 10. So everyone pretty much rated it average, which I rated a bit higher than that. This was followed by Havoc versus Tasha Steele. This was decent for me, like just above average, but I can see like it was not placed very well. It was quite high up on the card because they're trying to build the women's division and the title, but it's not been the greatest reign for Tasha Steele at the moment. I think the matches haven't been that great. I don't know what's happening, but people are not really getting behind the matches. I'm a big fan of Jessica Havoc. She's just a beast, isn't she? Like you can tell she's legit. She was in control for a lot of the matchup. A few bits of offense with Tasha. You never thought Havoc was going to win, but like, there was some signs, and Tasha Steele's hit a really good crucifix bomb to actually pick up the win. I rate this 3 3/4. It was above average. It was better than the match she had at Rebellion, but it didn't really like outdo the other 2 women's matches on the show. And Leo for King's the one that's probably crapping on the other matches again, so we'll go with that. So this match was not awful for those 2, but still not good. Havoc is really not a good wrestler, and Tasha is getting better, but still a bit of work needed. It's fair enough for my opinion for that, so I don't go beyond that. Then we had the Briscoes versus Violent by Design, which they're doing the Freebird rule, which this week it was Dina and Eric Young facing the Briscoes. Your typical Briscoes match, all that brawl, but like perfect tag team wrestling at Sign. Some good spots, some back and forth. Briscoes are just dominant, and I'm glad they won the matchup. They ended up hitting the Doomsday Device. Can't remember if it was on Young or Dina, but it was a very good matchup. I rated 3.5 stars. It's the Impact's looking bright for the future. They've picked up some good talent on the show. But then we move on. Actually, there was a bit that I've remembered between this match was Moose came down to complain, and then there was a vignette on the screen, and then the return of Sami Callihan, which I'm looking forward to because I've missed Sami Callihan in the show, and he's always perfect for a good matchup. His character's great, and I'm looking forward to the future with Impact and him back. And then we go to the match of the night. So the reason I watched this card, because I heard such good reviews, it was a banger between Josh Alexander and obviously Tomohiro Ishii. So Ishii is always pulling out great matches at the moment, and obviously Alexander's having a time of his life. Just your hard-hitting matchup, some good technical ability at the start, chop battles, clotheslines from hell, lariatos, whatever you want to call them. Hints at the C4 spike, hints at the brainbuster. I can't remember what he actually calls his finish. Some no-selling, some German suplexes, just absolute war. Ankle lock reversals. It was really good matchup. Alexander won in the end with a C4 spike, which looked brutal. I rated it 4 stars. The only match Meltzer rated, because he didn't watch all matches, he only watches matches that he can rate. He rated 4.5, so he rated a bit more than I did. But it was a very good matchup, and that rounded off a very good show for Impact. I'll probably rate about an 8 out of 10. Cagematch put in 8.29 out of 10, so probably 8.5 if you round it up. But Impact's looking very good, and Slammiversary is coming up, which is right around the corner. I think that's in June. So that's going to be a good card, I believe. I've heard some good things about it so far. The For some reason, Cagematch hasn't got the event up yet, which is quite sad. But you know, but yeah, that was the end of Rebellion, Under Siege. So if you comment down below of what I should watch next, tell me what you thought of Rebellion. I keep saying Rebellion. Tell me what you thought of Under Siege, what the best match of the show was, what the event was overall. Comment on who, as I said, who I should watch next, and then like and subscribe the page, please, if you could. It helps all of us out merrily. So yeah, that was the end of the video. I'm going to go apply some after sun. You have a nice rest of your weekend, and goodbye.